Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy check. I hope you guys are doing great. This is going to be a classic read and we'll jump straight in. I know I've given you a lot of additional information the last couple of days. Today we're going straight for the read, but of course if you're new to the channel, then please check out the description box with a lot of useful information. And yeah, check out my website, my socials, which are also on the website mindfulbamboo.com, and contact me via email or via comment here even, and let me know what you have questions about, what you'd like to see more on the channel, and what kind of services you're interested in. I'll be happy to support you with personal readings, coaching. I do personal astrology as well. So I do twin flame coaching as well. So let me know. All right, we are starting with an oracle message as always, and the first message is for divine feminines. Trust and act accordingly. All right, so it could be awkward to do this when you're thinking, well, I have so many things on my mind, so much happening around me, I don't even know what to trust. And that's when it's important to kind of step away from the noise, from other people who may be telling you what to do, maybe having the best intentions ever, right? But that's what most people are used to when it comes to supporting somebody else. They tell you, go there and do this, right? And right now it's important for you to hear yourself. So use a mindfulness practice, whatever that is for you, whether it's a meditation, a prayer, spending time in nature, doing something artistic, maybe even taking a nap. Do it and see what happens. And it is not just something that was a vision for you to acknowledge, it's something for you to act on. For masculines, we have number 27. There are no wrong turns. Yeah, for masculines, the message is to not overthink. And yeah, I know it's not the most encouraging message of even if it's, so to speak, the wrong turn, there are not wrong turns, right? Because one way or the other, your road to the success or to your goals, to personal fulfillment could differ in length based on what kind of actions you're taking, how aligned they are with the divine plan. So there is a difference, 100%. But know that it's still, even if you're taking a detour or a scenic route, the lessons you'll pick up on the way or the healing that you'll find on the way is actually going to be very precious. It's little those pieces of treasure that you pick up, and they can come together to a very sizable treasure all together. I don't know who needed to hear that, but there we go. All right, let's go to the main read. I do plan to get my ancestor deck card deck this week, and so I'll do the ancestor reading for sure. So let's see. A very little table here, so being creative. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Kind of a reckless Page of Swords if you think about it, right? It's like people who think that they know everything, that they've got it figured out. They know how the world runs and what needs to be done to be on top of the world. Which is sometimes quite dangerous belief to have, because again, you may miss the actual answer to freedom, to happiness, to abundance, to health, just because you're sticking with what your truth is and what you feel is right. You feel in this case is think, actually, because this is a Page of Swords, so it's all about thinking, baby. By the way, we have new moon in Virgo coming up on Saturday, so I will be doing a special edition reading later this week for that. Your want is set your intentions based on what ignites you, what is your drive about, right? What is that passion? Where is it taking you? Not based on what is trendy right now or what your friends are doing, right? Or someone you are jealous of and you want that for yourself, so you are trying yourself in the same thing. It's like, if they can do it, I can do it, which is honestly, it could be healthy, healthy sense of motivation and encouragement, you know, to do more, to put yourself out there, but you know, everything in moderation. Feminines, your energy for today is 3 of Coins clarified by Ace of Pentacles. So 3 clarified by 1, right? And I like that 1 here is also kind of emphasized and singled out. So what is it telling me? That there will be whatever partnership you're looking for, whether it's personal or professional, it's coming along. But it still starts with you. So don't think, well, I cannot do that or I cannot go there because I don't have the right people in my team. That's not the case. You're supposed to start taking steps by yourself. You're supposed to work with whatever resources you have available. The same goes for, you think, I need extra investment to do ABC, all right? Or, you know, whatever it is, I need some kind of a legal status. Legal status sounds weird, but you know, like there are like legal questions open before I can do anything. It's like, no, this is that Page of Swords. This is your monkey brain that's telling you, you know, you're never going to be fully ready with that in mind. And not just because emotionally you're pushing it away. It's also because that's not really how manifestation works, right? And we saw that 3 of Wands just now, and this is the time to set intention. And setting intention means that you're ready to start taking action. It's not like making a wish when you're blowing birthday cake candles and waiting and sitting and waiting when it happens. No, it's you starting to take action, and then the universe comes along and co-creates with you. Remember that. For masculines, we see 4 of Coins clarified by 4 of Cups. I like 4 in general because it's the number of setting the foundation, right? It's like those 4 legs that a lot of pieces of furniture have, and just generally anything you set up. It's like a lot of the items that we use nowadays have the notion of 4. These cards, however, are a little bit about staying in your safety zone. So we talked about it yesterday actually for the masculines, because it was about root chakra. It was about finding that grounding for yourself. But don't forget that it's also like, it's not for you to stay in that energy. You know, it's not for you to stay like within your walls. You know, that what keeps you safe emotionally and, you know, in the practical way with your resources, with your time, with your energy, right? A lot of people use this as a coping mechanism to be able to say, well, there are usually circumstances, right, that you can cite for like, why am I doing this? But it's like, you know, it's been working for me just fine, you know, I've been taking care of myself, this has been good, so why would I change anything? It's like, is it good? Like, you are depriving yourself of so many experiences in life, of expanding your energy, of finding your people, of making an impact in the world. So finding the point of safety is important, but it's more about the tools that bring you there, and you should be able to get there quickly when and as you need to. But it's not about constantly staying in that place of safety and never leaving the house. Additional question for today, the World clarified by 10 of Pentacles, which also has the World in it, by the way. This is very specific 10 of Pentacles in this deck, which to me is always connected with the global perspective, environmental protection, things like that. And the World here, of course, is talking to us about, you know, it's, what's the saying? Think globally, act locally, right? But remembering that every change you make in your local community, with your friends and family members, it makes an impact and it makes a difference in the world, even like in ways that you can't even imagine. So it's important to be mindful of what kind of decisions you're making day in, day out, and also what is your message to the world, so to speak. What do the feminists need to know about it? The Chariot clarified by 9 of Swords. So yeah, it's chasing the dream. That's what I'm hearing here. But also the dream can, like chasing this dream can be exciting on the one hand, but also can drive you crazy when it's not happening, or it's not happening as fast or as well, or whatever, you know. So important to stay kind and compassionate to yourself on this journey and to other people involved. If you remember why you've chosen a certain direction, that should give you enough support to keep going. But also don't think that there's only one way to get there, right? That's where we're supposed to be open-minded. That's where the growth is again. And that's where, if you wish, you can call it a lesson, a test, but essentially, like I've talked to people over the years who just get to a place of desperation where they feel like, well, I know, like, deep down that this is what I'm supposed to do in my life. Like, well, this is my gifts. These are my gifts, and this is where I'm supposed to be. You know, it's what I'm supposed to do. But how come I don't get success in this area? And it's like, well, I mean, like the elephant in the room is obviously there's something off with the energy. Either your mindset about it or the way you approach it. Because there's more than one way, and there's somewhere some stubbornness of veering off the way that you're used to. And that's what happens, right? And again, like, you have something very specific in mind, but maybe what you're supposed to be doing is somewhere close to it, but it's not exactly that. So see how you can expand your vision, how you can look into some other options. What about masculines? Queen of Coins clarified by Queen of Cups. Yeah, for masculines, and it's interesting because both of these elements, water and earth, they have feminine energies. Masculines are, I put this, there's a certain level of grooming from feminines to masculines on why do we need to take care of each other, of our planet. You know, this whole concept of this, like, nurturing, caring energy, it's feminine in nature, right? Pun unintended. And masculines are learning a lot of this from feminines, because for many of them, they haven't really been brought up in an environment where this was talked about, where helping other people was a big deal, you know, and doing it just because, not because you're gonna get something out of it, right? Or doing charity, or protecting environment and nature, you know, like being kinder and sharing that kind of vision with others that know you, right? It's very tender, very kind energy, and it's still foreign for the masculine. So they notice, at least now, that feminines usually approach it with more ease. It's like it's easier for them to get into this mode, into this energy. For masculines, takes some learning, but there is that understanding that it's important to learn. How the feminine see the connection at this time. 10 of Swords clarified by the Hermit. Oof. Yeah, feminines retrieve to do more healing and to look at whatever is bothering them in their day-to-day life. For some, of course, it's a collective reading, so take only what resonates for you. For some, it would be connected with health. For others, with surrounding people, and, you know, all kinds of karmic cycles connected with that need to be almost severed with the sword here, right? But it takes courage, and it takes energy, and it takes time to get to that point and understand how to do this. For others, it would also be connected to certain habits, right? Whether it's daily routine or generally, like when I start a relationship, this is usually how I behave, right? It's also a habit. Habits eventually come together to a certain lifestyle, you know, into a set of convictions and beliefs. So this is something that the feminine is looking at right now, because there are certain things about the masculines or the connection that are bothering them, right? There is something that just like doesn't match, or they don't see how this is going to work out because of whatever that is, right? So there's certain reconciliation internally that needs to happen, where you know, certain healing needs to happen, and that's what feminines are looking into. How the masculine see the connection. King of Swords clarified by the Lovers. We started with Page of Swords, by the way, ending with King of Swords. So for masculines, there is a certain level of maturity that they're getting into because of this connection. And it's not just about relationship between masculine and feminine. It's a lot of things in life that masculines haven't really considered before, or it didn't seem important, or maybe they didn't even know anything about, you know. So it's really maturing and growing up and adulting to a certain extent that is happening right now because of this connection. And it is a bit uncomfortable. Like even here you can see Tom Cruise here. I mean, he's kind of like maybe touching the glass touchpad of some sort, but to me it also looks like he's like in a glass box somewhere, right? And kind of like feeling it out, of trying to understand how to get out. I'm pretty sure there was a scene like that somewhere in one of the Mission Impossible movies. But yeah, it's like it's uncomfortable. It's like, ooh, yeah, immediately I'm getting outside of my comfort zone in a way where people may judge me, where I don't necessarily know what to say or to do in certain situations, where I don't know how to plan my life anymore, right? Like there are immediately so many questions. But the Lover's card in the back is helping masculines get into, like, come down into this mode and find more grounding with that than worry. And again, for masculines, I would also recommend going into your mindfulness practice, whether it's a meditation, a prayer, time in nature, artistic expression, and see, no matter how small it is, no matter how silly it seems, or it's not maybe very useful in your opinion, but the process itself is going to bring so much benefit to you. And that could unlock actually quite a lot of scenarios for how to move forward, or how to deal with this growth spurt that it feels uncomfortable as you experience it. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time.